Hey DOT community, this is Zalon coming at you with Fatale. So it's a solo war, something I know a lot of us weren't expecting earlier in the week to find out that this weekend's event was also going to be a solo event, just like the most recent Siegfried event. But here we go. What's up, Jim? So, Bo is not available. He's been pretty busy all week. So, of course, it's been mostly me. I do have to apologize. I'm going to go over some of the stuff that happened on the dev live stream, but for the most part, it was all about this event. So, the DOT after show this week, unfortunately, is pretty much not going to happen. And it's okay. It's not a huge issue because, again, like I said, it's pretty much has everything to do with this event that they discussed. Now, of course, there are some other things to talk about as well, and we will discuss them. So, Kumar, thank you for showing up. Greetings, Marlon. Thank you for showing up. It was Alliance event with all these gem and DGs available, exactly. So we're going to take a look at that right here, right away. Pretty nuts, because in this event we do have 3 tokens, 2,900 gems, 350 portal stones, and 500 divine gems. Now, these divine gems also, even in the milestone rewards, are actually a little bit lower. Now, is it as low as it used to be? No. Okay. Developers it looks like, are doing some sort of middle ground, putting the first set of 100 divine gems at 4,000. It used to be a little bit lower for the first set of divine gems, but it's way better than keeping them all the way up in the higher echelon. Brett Huber, how we doing? Durgan, hello. King Joshua, what's up? Lawrence Wicks, how we doing? Peter LV, good to see you. I think nice rewards and divine gems rewards is nice. Thanks. Thanks, Game Rescue. I'll just remember, gosh, Game Rescue is not the only one out there that does anything for the community. But yes, asking for lower divine gems is definitely something that I know was definitely showcased on one of his videos as well. But it has been mentioned on other people's streams too. Gosh. What's up, Ron Gaber? That kid Brace, what's going on? Scorpion Sting. I mean, if everyone would like to see me make videos similar to Game Rescue, I can come out with similar videos like that. Not saying the exact same ones, but similar. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm copying off of him. You know what I mean? So I typically like to stay my own style. But about free to play? Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, because certain things people like to credit certain people for all these changes and stuff like that, and it's like, well, like people say that Godan was the reason why Titans weren't able to be, because he put his video out a long time ago, and Titans weren't able to be airplane mode and stuff like that back in the day. People like to credit all sorts of people for, and claim that because I told people to save all your event relics, then they stopped making it so that you guaranteed relics and everything else. I said that, but don't think other people didn't think of it before me. You know what I mean? Trust me. Stuff that YouTubers say has been, all of us, including myself, all of us, the stuff that we say is just, our opinions, but a lot of the stuff that we've talked about has actually come up in the developer. You think, this is the thing that I think is so incredibly crazy about the community. The community thinks that developers don't have a big whiteboard that has a lot of the stuff that we talk about on a regular basis already written down, possibly even weeks before we even bring it up. And nobody believes that. Nobody thinks that's possible, but it actually is. Not every topic that we bring up, but some of them have already been brought up plenty of times by especially certain developers that actually do play the game. Now, again, the community believes that not a single developer in the entire building does not play the game. That is false. Believe it or not, when I was on the Skype call with two of the developers, and then one of them was also on remote, One of them, Chris. Now it just so happens to be one of the two Chris's. The way he talks about the game, he plays the game a lot more than maybe some of the other people in the office and everything else. So I mean, it's very obvious which there is developers that definitely play the game as much as breath here, everyone. Hold your breath. As much as some of us in the community. Not everyone, of course. I'm not implying that, crazy Jim Bob that says that, not Jim in the chat, but crazy, random person that does like 10,000 attacks and is, of course, super active. Not talking about that person. But yes, believe it or not, there's developers that have a couple hundred, like 300, 400, 500 battles every season. Holy crap. That's like what some of us in the community do as well. But anyway, just so you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on everywhere. And again, myself and a lot of other people, I guess, get credit by the community for it. And I don't know. Sometimes I guess maybe it has something to do with it. But for the most part, remember, I'll make a video that says they're gonna change relic forging soon, and then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, they change it. Oh, thanks to Zalon, No, it's not thanks to me. It's the developers were gonna do it anyway. It's just, it's farther down the road and we have to wait for it. But it's not thanks to me. Just so you know. And I've mentioned this on videos before. That most people that complain about stuff have to remember this and it. I'm sorry. I have to go on this right now in the beginning of this stream, but this live stream is a great example of what I was discussing on the previous, on one of my previous streams where I was discussing about these down weeks, the ones that are in between things, and like the live stream yesterday, even though they were super late, it was like 30 minutes late than normal when they came on, and they really weren't on for that long either. There wasn't much to talk about. And you know why there wasn't much to talk about? Because there's not much to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I have the couple things that I wrote down from the live stream. It was pretty much all the information about today's event. So, yeah. Everything's like soon, So, I mean, a lot of that same soon stuff is going to go on for a little bit until we actually, until it actually happens. So again, this cycle will obviously continue like this, and I don't want anybody to think for some reason that, the game's dying. No, there is weeks in between. There won't be that much amazing things happening. So, for all you panic people. All right. I'm off my high horse. There should be enough people in the stream now that we can go through everything. 35 people in here. Thank you for everybody joining in. I think nicer words and let's see. Frank Martinez, thanks for joining in. Born. Let's see. You're just the norm, Zalon. Just. Oh, thanks. You're the reason a lot of the others got started, so you are I'm not the DOT king. Stop it, Scorpion Sting. I'm not looking for any praise. All I'm saying is when certain people are obviously praised for certain things, it's not always the reason. Whiteboards exist. Yeah, Britt Huber. I used to do a lot of construction work in New York City, in Manhattan, and in some serious high-rises. And I was in some pretty interesting, like, really new age offices. The ones where you pop open the fridge and you see that they get regular beer shipments and liquor shipments, like, 2 times a week. Like, I would ride the service elevator up with the guys that would be delivering it. But anyway, crazy stuff goes on in those offices. Exactly like Natural Motion. When I saw the pictures when Zaid Gamer and Gaming Jaeger and DBR were over at Natural Motion, I'm like, I've been in offices like that with the whole young 20s, 30s crowd that's all there, and everything that the light fixtures in there are like all these new age crap. The chairs look all funky, and they have whiteboards everywhere, and they're constantly writing all sorts of stuff down. I don't know. It's nuts. All right, back to the event. Sorry. So I definitely saw that we do have 3 Frost tokens. First Divine Gems we did see here at 4K. But yeah, and then I have another 150 at 950, so it's like right in the middle. Interesting. Ice Curus and Ice Helm, 4 stars at 7 and 8K. Not bad if you don't have any good ice defense. What's up, JJ? You missed my whole rant in the beginning, JJ. So you're gonna have to take it back later. Do you think you should be able to buy levels on Titans with resources and gems? Calatul, I don't know. Buying levels? That's pretty much the same way as just pulling epics with your gems and just fusing them up on fusion events. Obviously, you make better off that. Yeah, Lawrence Wink. Well, thank you. It's always nice to hear that you appreciate what everybody's doing here, because, of course, everybody has a major I really got to get my my one video together that I'm really trying to do for all of the DOT YouTubers, because a lot of people go unrecognized, and I really want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to know who else is out there that also creates amazing content, including Game Rescue. So if anybody thinks for some reason I'm crapping on him, he's on my list like everyone else. I'm not. But anyway. There are things that get put on the whiteboard because we have ideas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most definitely. Doing good, Hector. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Just like Grandma's Boy. The 3 Tonkas under 2K started the free-to-play. Yeah, right? Ice Titans are so 2017. You know what, The Brain? I agree. Although Del Fury does have the skill set of the, there's the double resist, which I feel like it was the devs trying to give an opportunity for more resists on a Titan without having to use more relics, but since the percentages is lower, 44% for each one at the max, it's rough. You can make it work if you have the correct relics and have like 4 resists really high, but the odds of you having a double resist happen with the, like for instance, the 2 resists that you get, the other defense skills that you also get, the chances of you also getting another lightning resist, which is the guaranteed one, or the same resist as the random second one, is pretty high, which is crappy. It's crappy. It's very hard to get a good Delphura or Mataris roll to get 4 resistances up really high. And yes, you're probably going to want to use some orbs, because obviously the orbs are the best way to take 2 resistances and boost them a little bit higher. But yeah, look at these rank rewards. Absolutely nuts. This is a straight run at the people that love to spend in the solo events. Because if you've got the cash, this is an insane amount of divine gems. Now, of course, it's all going to be cash up here. All cash. You can't do anything free to play to get any of these divine gems at the very top. Top 10 is going to be all cash players, even up to most likely even 250, just because there's just way too many people that are going to be going nuts over getting a decent amount of divine gems instead of getting the 500 that you get in the milestones in this event. So they're purposely skimping on lightning resist. Those are premium skills. This is how you buy DGs. Yep, exactly. This is, yeah, right here at the very top. I mean, and they're going to be costly. Very costly. I'd say, how about everybody in the chat? Everybody in the chat, let's do a fun little poll, because I like to do this every once in a while, because we got, how many people in here? 39 people. How much do you think it would take to get into the top 5? $100? $200? $300 in top 5 to get 11,000 DGs. Hector says 400 plus. Anyone else? Anyone else in the chat want to give a random 400 to 500 for top 5? Hey, DOT community, this is John. How we doing, John? Good to see you. 1K, 1,000. FL Rebel says $1,000. I don't know. I think that's a little bit much. Bourne says 300 to get into the top 5. Frank says 400 plus, probably about $35,000 knowing these players. $500, Durgan. Okay, okay. So yeah, most people are yeah, sounds about right. 20k gems is 4 or 5 star relics. Yeah, yeah, yeah. FL Rebel, really. But anyway, but $400 or $500. It's all hackers top 10. Prometheus says. Well, I would say that that time period at the very end of the event, especially Prometheo, I think they would you know review the going to be the top 5 or top 10 in depthly. I mean, they scan pretty deep when it comes down to those top rewards. Knowing that they're going to hackers would be a major problem to the community, to the developers and the people even trying for the event. So I think they will do their best. I mean, I've even seen people in chat saying how, and they're even hackers themselves, and I know it, there's a specific one, that's been in other chats that say that hackers are getting really knocked down pretty good right now when it comes down to, and I mean, of course, all they have to do is create new accounts all the time, but then that just takes time and effort and this, that, and the other thing. So it just gets kind of boring after a while, unless hackers really, really have that big of a, they really want to be part of the community that bad. I don't know. It's kind of sad, I think. I don't know. Looking around at other players and seeing what they've accomplished in the game is one thing, but hacking and being like, oh, look at me, is kind of like, all right, well, you're like the everybody in the circles, the younger brother that's on the outside that's trying to get everybody's attention. It's like, I'm sorry, maybe if you were actually playing like the rest of us. It's pretty sad though. $500 for first. It would be thousands for 20k divine. They're going to look at top 50 with this. Yeah, exactly, Frank. They're gonna look pretty deep. I mean, again, why would anyone continue to play the game if they honestly didn't take the time to look very deeply into the players that are actually in the area where it matters most in the event? I can see 300k being the minimum for number one this event. Hell Joker did 460k in the Alliance event. Didn't expect anything less. Well, and that's the thing. Players definitely go absolutely wild. It is true, first 10. It is true, first 10 for hackers. Well, Durgan, if that's the case, then I guess, everybody might as well not even bother. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, statements like that, if that's the case, and everyone might as well not even bother, I doubt it. That's the thing. I can't say that the developers would let all 10 top 10 players all be hackers, and that would be fine with the community. Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And of course, everybody's, have your opinions, conspiracy theories, black helicopters, and everything else. We know some people, everyone, if you've ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon, just like how, possibly how, everyone has their limitations. Some people can go on some rides, some people can go on, more ridiculous rides, and then there's the thrill seekers at the top. So when it comes down to, like, conspiracy theories and everything else, everyone has their limit for that as well. Some people believe a little bit, some people believe a little bit more, and some people believe absolutely everything, So, just telling you. So, all right, in the top 10, is it possible that there may be one or two? When you make statements like, all 10 are hackers, that's the case. It's like, how crazy does that sound? Now, are there going to be hackers that are going to attempt to do so? Yes, but do I believe at the very end of the event, and I've seen it happen before, where all of a sudden people are like, I was 28th and now I'm 14th. It's like, yeah, it's because they're deleting these people. They're deleting the hacker. Yes, could they be there? Could they be there for a long time, like a day in the event, or even all the way to the end? Yes, but will they actually collect their reward, and will it actually happen? Will they all 10 be hackers? No, they won't be. So I'm just saying. It's just funny. If it's going to be $1,000, then you would have to run about 40 events for that 20k DG, so it's actually a bargain. So that's the only thing you value. True. When you do solo events, they look at soul count, gems, inventory, and they also look at gem purchases. If they don't add up, you're a hacker. Well, that's what Frank Martinez says. It could be more. I'm just reading all the comments. I know a lot of times people might think that I'm just saying certain things though too. I'm also, reading comments, which of course they could go in more depth, but from a surface analysis, of course that makes complete sense. It takes a minute for natural motion to check an account, so solo events are easy to police. It's obviously harder to check alliance events since there's more peeps. True. I'm not saying people are cheating souls. I'm saying people with cheated gems will run up the cost of the event. Oh. Okay. Interesting. That's a little bit of a different... Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because that does change things just a little bit there. Because that is a possibility. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's my view on it. Just so you know. But let's see. So, what is it? And this is the goofy thing, is with the boost, and of course it is Titan health for that relic on the end. Yeah, I'll get to attacking. The goofy thing is, when you get Delphira, you only can actually use her for the ×2 boost for the very end of the event. Just for the very little bit. I mean, I guess it would help you get the choker if you really wanted it. So, Vixia, Nexus, and Aurea. Gosh, Aurea? I know we saw that on the live stream the other day, but I forgot that they also included her. It's like, who has her? Who really has her? Yeah, but I do have Nexus and Vixia. Thank goodness, because I don't think my Vixia is all that great. Yeah, I had Calbrex out again. I was playing a little more campaign before the event dropped. It's like a thing I do. Complete one campaign before every event. Oh, what am I doing? So my Vixia is 16. Not the greatest. But my Nexus is 20. It's not all that much better. Well, see, that Vixia's got 3 relic slots unlocked because I think she was an early Vixia. Oh, yeah, look at that. 4 relic slots unlocked. Yeah, I'm running this event with her. That's not bad. I totally forgot about that. She's old school. What do we got here? Well, these aren't that many. I guess they're kind of small. I'd rather not lose troops, though. Who else is here? So what do you guys all think about this event, honestly? Let's get a real honest opinion from the community. I mean, nice that the portal stones are up. You know what I mean? Here, even at 750, we get the 100, so that's nice. And we get 2 tokens at 1,000, 3 at 2,000. So I'm going to say... What is the free-to-play stopping point? Probably like 2,500? 2,000? I mean, getting those extra 200 portal stones is clutch. And I mean, when you're at 2,500, getting to 2,750 for the 750 gems. I don't know, 2,750 might be the stopping point. Because these differences in between these things are all 250. That's not bad. I don't know, 2,750. Because then there's a pretty big jump to 3,500. That's what I'd say. 2,750 for most free-to-play players or people that are trying to take a break on this event. Because then you can capitalize, get all 3 tokens, get all 350 portal stones. That's not bad. Bunch of fusion food. Decent amount of gems. Or if you want to get the divine gems, the 100 at 4K. I mean, I guess... There you go. There's your stretch goals. That's why it's in a different color. You want the 100 divine gems. This is your stretch goal for the free-to-play player. Grab them. Yeah, if you play against the house wins. Well, yeah, true, Prometheo, because of course it's just like, well, the casino's the casino, whether it's in DOT or whether it's in, when it comes down to pulls, that is, or if it's anything else. Oop. Sorry about that. I didn't have my, I guess it didn't. Sorry about that. Or 4K, yeah, John says that too as well. Only getting 1.2 boost with Theros. Not doing event anyway, 3,500. Yeah, event is meh after completing Siggy. Not completing, the event is garbage to be honest. Yep, Orb of Justice is appealing, Hector says. Yeah, if you need more than one, obviously, some people already have one. You to save some free tokens to save $100. Yeah. It's 2750. Yeah, is there any reason I have received extra gems in game? If you're a VIP player, John McGinnis, I think there was some sort of promotion if you played like 10 days in a row. You have over 6,000. Yeah, I think there was like they gave out 4K gems to VIPs. I think. How do we go from using elemental cores for soul boost to using frozen fish? Right? I don't know. I don't know how the fish... Look at this thing. The fish. And of course they got a Lethan Titan takeover right now. VIP player, it's given out to certain people. Typically it's people that spend in the game. Typically. But you know, I've heard otherwise that some VIP players that haven't spent as much as others, and some people that spent a lot haven't become a VIP player. I really don't have any 100% solid proof on exactly how you become a VIP player. Supposedly I'm one, but I never get the emails. So, but let's get to some battling in the background. I know I don't want to bore everybody hardcore, because one new relic and put Mataris in another body. Kind of sad event. PA Nyberg, I agree, because Mataris was only if you got good rolls, so it's almost the exact same thing. I thought they were doing this ice event to release the 3-star Titan just into the community, like literally just put them in the event rewards, like Hakan, not Harkon. Remember, there's no R. We'll take a look real quick for everyone. There is no R in Hakan. Is there an R in there? Do you see? Is it H-A-R-K-O-N? Or is it H-A-K-O-N? I don't know. But people are calling him Harkon. So. But no, like similar to that, I figured that's what they were going to do with the new Erdus. I think somebody's attacking me. Hot corn? Hot corn? How's it hot corn? There's no R in the... It's not HAKORN. I spent a few $100 in the last few months, but I didn't know I was this VIP thing, but I got free gems. See, apparently VIP gets... there was a notification that went around that said if you played for 10 days straight, you got 4K gems or something like that. But never the emails. The new VIP manager says I'm on the email list, but I never get them. I thought it was just signing up on the email list. We'll call him hacking. Jesus. Oh, Bronzod. Ridiculous. 36 people watching, though. 30 minutes in. Thank you for everybody joining in. I always appreciate it. Definitely wanted to get a good look at this event. See what it was all about. Let's go to Hammer. And Scorpion Sting. Does he actually have any event lands out? Is this guy actually, you know? Huh? Wait, what Scorpion Sting? Do you? I wish they would have used Delphira's art for a Titan worth caring about. Prometheo, you know, people thought the exact same thing about Vixia. I want to be real honest. I feel like when Vixia came out... Oh, I almost put my notes away. There's still things I want to talk about. But when Vixia first came out, I was like, why is this, like, so similar to Atlas? And I'm like, I'm not excited about Vixia? I'm like, I don't know. And, oh, yours is set up? Nice. Here, let me just get rid of these spells. What do I want? For Rangers, you always want a little bit of that terror. Just in case. A little bit of freeze. A little bit of the plague. No. What else? What else? Nah, we'll still bring them in. I can make raise dead spells now anyway, so. The poison event, it's been a while. We need some... Oh, okay, Ablong. All right, well, that's one thing that's on my list here that I want to talk about. They said we're getting... Actually, you know what? I have to look at the time of when this event ends. That's one thing I haven't noticed. I haven't noticed when this event ends. Is this event going to end on Sunday or Monday? I mean, early Tuesday morning or early Monday morning. I'll have to check that out real quick. There. I want this over here. Not really. Just love it when the screen moves when you don't want it to. There we go. Let me look. Everyone like the stream. Princess Z's daddy needs some likes. Oh, thank you, Prometheo. Welcome from the UK. What's up, Nemesis? I see Ballers Zalon with that 1.4 multiplier. Probably finishing another event, too. No, Green Arrow. Are you crazy? You gotta come in here with these one-line and zingers, don't you, Green Arrow? Don't you? Just can't resist. Oh, no. What happened? Look at these Panthers, they all stopped. They're all attacking nothing. Oh man, is Vixia that bad? Gosh, Vixia's that bad. Then again, I'm also going up against Scorpion Sting's level 23 troops, so probably not the greatest choice to take little Vixia and her not so great skills yet. Because I use her just... she's a super bench warmer. So, yeah. It was just a bad choice in Event Land for such a low Titan. Will be my official excuse for that battle defeat. What's this? There we go. Oh yeah, I'm not using event relics to do stupid battles like this. I'm just doing it in the background so you guys have something to watch. This is whether I win or whether I lose. I really can care less right now. This event does not... I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm not interested in getting the normal rewards. Yes, I am, you know. But right now, obviously, I'm streaming, so Elethans are just too... I still can't tell what gender... Oh, okay, yeah. It is a little bit weird. I agree. I'll just auto this. Oop. Should charge them. Found a level 25 doing PP, easy 303k XP per attack. Yeah. Hey, that's the best way to be when you find a level 25. I just don't really have a great Titan to be playing this event with, that's all. I think you missed all of them with my freeze. Yeah, I know, Prometheo. I think I did with those Panthers last battle. Reckon Duran's a bloke, but I still can't tell. Tyrius is like the face guys. Face says guys, but those curves. It's Imperials that are that bad. Yeah, we were looking at the top rank prices for all the Divine Gems, yeah. We were making a guess on how much it would cost to be able to get up there. And also remember, there is another reason why people will always say... this is one thing, not to go back on this topic, but... Another reason why a lot of times players will always say, the top 25 are hackers. They're typically a lot of... I'm not saying everybody, but there's a small amount of the community that are younger players, that are free-to-play players, that get really butthurt about the fact that there are adults in this game that spend money. And you know what they say? Because when a lot of people, and this is adults and kids do this all the time during sporting events and this, that, and the other thing. When things don't go your way and your team loses or something like that, certain people will say, oh, they cheated, oh, they did this, oh, they did that, when none of it actually happened, but a whole bunch of things will be said. So, another reason why the whole, top 10 and top 20 are hackers, because I'm a small kid and don't have any money. That's the real reason. Is because they like to make a good excuse of the reason why they can't be up there, and that's the case. I, of course, do spend a little bit of money in this game. Not anywhere near the amount that you would ever see me up in a top 200 for a solo event. But I also don't make blank statements saying that it's obviously they have to be hackers up there because, no. Because I know how much certain events cost when I'm doing a regular Alliance event. And where I place on that. So, I don't know. Figured I'd just throw that out there too, because that stuff happens. Because, well, frankly, being around children myself, a 6-year-old and also 2 stepchildren of the ages of 9 and 13, yeah, people make up excuses all the time for just their own inabilities to do something. They all grunt the same when they win. Yeah. I like this event. Another event to save for Artemis. Yeah, there you go. I'm just using my Theros. He's level 54, so you can do these lands on your own. Oberon, yeah, break out your credit card. Going to be over 500 to get real DG this event from leaderboard. Yeah. Who's got an Aria here? You know what, Ron Gamer? Good. Good question, man. I asked that earlier too. Like, who's got an Aria? So really, there's only 2 Titans to give the 1.4 buff, because I even think, I mean, most people only have, I mean, there's some people that got Urkon, but I mean, that's just a small smidge of people that were lucky enough to get one of the 2 Titans from the 10K. But those younger players have time, though we don't. Ablong, they do have time, but unfortunately to say, they complain because there's no way they can compete with people that spend that kind of real money in the top 250 in solo events. They have those younger players have the time, but there's no way they can compete with the money. So all they do is claim that they're all hackers because I'm a pouty kid and I am mad because I just spent so much time and got nowhere. Well, you know, they say that about sports. Kids say that about my daughter says that about pretty much like going on car rides. You know, getting from one place to another for a couple hours, it seems like it takes forever. Might as well pass out. And I tell her that's the best thing to do, so. Saves me from getting asked every 10 minutes if it's, So, remember, patience and the ability to be in a solo event, everyone looks at it at their ranking and goes, do I feel like I am a winner in this event, or do I feel like I'm a loser? And most people, younger crowds, only see certain things. Oh, I'm not progressing fast enough. I'm not getting everything right now, and I'm not getting this, and that's why there's not a real big younger crowd that plays this game. But the people that go like Green Arrow and says, I like this event, more things to help me save towards a future event. When you have that outlook on the game, you're not claiming that the top 250 people are hackers because you're not. You could care less about going up there. It has nothing to do with you. But the young kids that are trying to get up in 250 that have all this time, they can't compete with the people that are spending real money. And some of the hackers that'll eventually get caught at the very end. You know? Born Scooby-Doo. I still think top 10 is mostly hackers. Alright, Born, whatever you want. Whatever you want. But the Pats do cheat, and the top DG leaders do hack. Well, it's true that some people might actually drop 1,000 to get the 20k DG. Oh, you never know. I mean, there are some serious whales in any game. I don't want to say that they're not. Yuki, what's going on? Glad to see you. I know one person in my server, but no one in my alliance. Yeah, credit card, what's that? Yeah, Soapbox stream I see today. Yikes. Yeah, well, when people bring up topics that I'm very passionate about, I'm going to let you know how I feel about it, and possibly put out some convincing arguments that may make you think twice about making random crazy comments like, oh, this is this, and I'm won't think any other way because I just have, no other, I'm so straight thinking on this one idea, and there's no possibility that anything could be different. Closed-mindedness on certain subjects, it's up to the person. Oh yeah, Brett Huber. Yeah, it's not just kids. Zalon is what you meant to say, Brett Huber. It's not kids, Zalon. Many adults complain the same way. But see, yes, there you go. Get to treat myself with a takeaway tonight. Name me a better combo takeaway and no event to do. Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, I've definitely come across events that, I just know that I have a couple of things I had to do this weekend anyway, so, it's okay. I'm going to one of my good friends' birthday parties tomorrow. I'm going to go see my parents tonight in my hometown, so, I mean, it's not like it just didn't come at a ridiculously bad time for me anyway. But, still enjoy what I can get from the event. Let's see. That's what hurts. The amount of money the top players spend to be there isn't manageable by the vast majority of players. Nemesis, that's true. And you won't be able to get the spenders to stop spending, unfortunately. I've never heard of any game that could ever make every single spender stop spending. Everyone that thinks that doing, like, things where all of a sudden everybody decides that all the spenders will stop spending, that just doesn't happen. You know, it just doesn't. People are crazy to think if they can possibly get that to work. Wait, how old is Green Arrow? Oh, Green Arrow's an adult like the rest of us. Nah, not like the rest of us, but... About to go ham? Yeah, Caesar187, what's going on? Good to see you. But Z, are you gem... There are gem hackers. I have seen videos from people who hack their own... Yeah, of course, Prometheo, yes. There are gem hackers, yes. Yes. I don't live in a bubble. I don't think that there's not people that hack gems and people that hack DGs, and there's not people that hack blah, 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 blah. But see, the thing is, as much as everybody likes to just make a big deal about the fact that they do exist, yes, but they exist in every game. So, for instance, the comments that you make in my live stream, I understand there are problems that you have with the game, but does that mean that you're going to quit the game because of these? Some people eventually may say that, but the other games that they join and play, they will either find the same thing there or worse. And the thing is, Caesar, there's a lot of people. Caesar187 is back to play DOT again. I wonder why. Is it because the other games that Caesar187 was playing weren't as fun? Was the community not there? Was there hacking in the games that he was playing? Believe it or not, every game that I've ever played has some sort that includes, you know, base building with gems and money and everything. There's a hack video for every single one of them. So if there's a hack video for every single game similar to Dawn of Titans, does that mean that Dawn of Titans is behind on everything? They're the ones that have the most problems in the community? Is that the case? I would like to know. Could you please tell me a game that is similar to Dawn of Titans that has no hackers? Interesting. I don't know. And does that mean that you're going to instantly stop playing the game because of these comments? Or will you enjoy the game and close your mouth? You know what I mean? Like, there's options. There's options. You know what I mean? And it's not specifically at Prometheo. I mean, there's everyone's adding to this conversation. So, I mean, there's people that want to voice their opinions, and that's fine. Voicing your opinions is fine, but claiming, yeah, see, FL Rebel hacks Oregon Trail. You know what I mean? When all of his characters die of pneumonia, he just straight hacks his way right out of that. Nobody's getting snake bites. Zalon, any updates on Done Right Games? No, still working on that. This month is supposedly the Kickstarter, Green Arrow, so I'm definitely excited about that. Going to Mexico, to Cancun for Done Right. We'll see. No immediate plans on that right yet. I sounded like that when the Chiefs lost to the Titans last year. The difference is old folks get over it quicker. Well, I guess so. There'll always be a division of have and have-nots due to the money spent. Very true. I was wondering if I could add spell stats to your website. Oh. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, Prometheo. One of my friends did it and was spending over 1 million gems per day for weeks before someone reported him. Well, yeah. I mean, let's just put it this way. If you want to hack, it's going to be a very short ride. You know what I mean? Yeah, you'll be able to do this and be able to do that and be able to do this and that and this and that and do backflips and be able to, you know what I mean? Wow, wow, wow! And then your account will get locked down and you'll have to do it all over again. I mean, some may say that's fun, but I prefer to just play the game. You know? I mean, yes, I have the test account, and yes, I have the ability to play with all sorts of level 60 titans and have a maxed... Well, I'm working on having a maxed account over there and everything else, but to be honest with you, I'm taking all those gems on my test account and throwing them at all my buildings and speeding everything up. And the only reason is because I really want to just get level 25 troops so I can actually use the titans that come out with actual max troops. And that's just because I'd like to do it to show it off. But what do you think I enjoy more? Do you think I enjoy playing on... do I play on my test account, or do I play on my main account that I'm doing right now? Every day. I have the option to play what people would call a hacked account. But it's not, because the developers personally put all that crap in there. But I don't. I play this account. Because this is actually me. This is more fun. I don't get it. I just don't. Yeah, it's fun to speed everything all up, but I've played mobile games for a long time, and the words that everyone likes to use all the time is accomplishment and achievement and everything else. And what's accomplishing getting everything super fast and super quick that doesn't have a real purpose? Like, my test account has a purpose. It's going to actually show off the titans that are given to me with level 25 troops and maxed out spells and stuff. I want to have that for that reason. So if you're also doing that to make videos, there is somebody out there that's doing that right now and making videos, and their account's going to get shut down on YouTube. Their account's going to get shut down in the game. So all that work that they put into it will mean nothing. I don't know. Yep, back on the soapbox, Prometheo. Look what you did. Nope, not going anywhere. Just ain't gonna spend you don't have to, Oberon Zod. You don't have to spend... Oh, 3-star Bitter Dirks, not bad. You don't have to spend hundreds on events. I'm not spending hundreds on this event. Pass, you know? Yeah, but you don't have to. But I'm still having fun. Still on the stream with all of y'all. You know? Probably losing a lot of troops during my rants. Let's see. Did I have a lot of... Ooh, yeah, I did. Probably should take the Imperials off. Just too costly. Got 62 million poke coins. There you go. What is that, from Pokemon, Karen? Dunray Games has no hackers. Well, yeah, even that game will be a castle building game, and guess what? There's actually people in Dunray, which again is a coming game with, you know, certain things that I'm following with Bo, and yes, we're going to be trying to work with them and get into the beta and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? They're a castle building game, and I'm going to make a prediction now, and I already know they have people built. They already have people hired to run in a department that all they do is watch for hackers and try to catch hackers and do this kind of stuff. Like, they're gonna have people that try to attack their game. Heaven forbid! No way! You know what I mean? Like, yeah, what's up, Daniel? Not quitting, just making sure people know not to get sucked into going after #1 ranking. The top tier is exceptionally expensive and inflated by gem hackers. Yes. Very true. Got 32 million. Nope. Oh man, I really went back in the chat. Spell stats are not interesting, and besides, you would not make sense of it. There you go. Yuki answers it for all. Hector, Chiefs look good on Sunday. Why does everybody care about that? Hacking is like jumping out of a plane without a chute. Fun like skydiving for about 30 seconds. Well then, splat. Right? I just want to know what's the best way to defeat Matano, Daniel says. Hopefully, let's see if anybody else has responded to that yet. Why did they do this event instead of a new Summoning Titan? PA Nyberg, they're not releasing Summoning Titans weekend after weekend after weekend. That's way too much of a... that's way too much pressure. And if they're smart marketing-wise to make the most amount of money, is to separate them so that it gives the community enough time to recover and also to, you know, not have to spend every single weekend. That's just craziness. Is Bo's test account still banned? No, FL Rebel, it's not. Oh, Storm Maidens, Hector says, is the way to beat Matano. There we go. Ain't time to change the topic of hackers. Why the frozen fish? Yeah, see, right? Is it super boring having everything instantly? It is super boring having everything instantly. Well, there we go, Karen. I agree. It's because you're playing the game and not exploiting. Far more enjoyment in earning. There you go. Bo got his test account banned. Yeah, he did for a little bit, and it was well. It was because he was trying to get his. I think it was because his new phone that he got when he started trying to play Dawn of Titans on it, there was issues because it was a work phone. And then I think something happened when he tried to get around that. It just like banned his account, and it has all to do with his test account, not his main account. Definitely enjoy more with the true struggle. Yeah, well, what's up, AJ Johnson? Good to see you. Zalon missed end of live stream. Did they say what's going on next week? Yes, they did. Here we go. Talk about next week. Talking about next week. 42 people on, 56 minutes. Yeah, I only got a little bit more of the stream to go. So, because I don't plan on being on longer than pretty much like an hour. I gotta pull these Lethan off my troops, but oh well. So for next week, there's no TOW, but they said soon. But since I gotta check the thing. But they said I gotta check to see when this event ends. Is what I meant to say. But Tuesday to Thursday, there's gonna be 2 ice, 2 poison, 2 fire titans, 2 of each. 2 ice, 2 poison, 2 fire. They mentioned, like, Solzar is one of them, so I think he's one of the fire ones, although his skills stink right now. I personally want a reworked X-skilled Solzar. Maybe doing, like, Grenadier and, ooh, you know what'd be nice? Do a Grenadier Panther buff. There we go. Then I won't have a reason to have to go from a mesh. Do Grenadier Panther X-skills, and I'll be happy with rework Solzar. But that's me. Sup, Paul Stringer, good to see you. Yeah, Artemis will come. I'm loving being at Castle 15. I'm already dreading Castle 25 as it will be boring. Well, John, you don't have to dread it that much when you're only at 15. I'd be more worried about it when you're like 23, 24, thinking that, you know, there's not much more going on. But yeah, there's going to be a fire event after the Tuesday through Thursday special selection temple. They're going to have a fire event after that because fire has definitely been not prevalent in the game recently. Let me see again. What time is this event over? 3 days, 16 hours. Friday at noon. Saturday at noon is 1. Sunday, Monday. Okay, so we're getting done at Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, and so there's nothing happening on Monday. This event's just running straight until Tuesday morning. Panther riding Grenadiers, most OP summonable troop. Well, yeah, because I know Athena, or not Athena. Artemis is supposed to be the Panther summoning Greek Titan. So we will see. We will see. Will Panther's OP-ness get even more OP? Those are my mesh skills, no way. Green Arrow, I could use a nice Solzar. Come on, yeah, hook me up. I would go for a rework Solzar. I'd use saved up gems and relics and maybe throw in another 20, 30 bucks. Give me a rework Solzar. Use the old one to fuse into it. Oh, Solzar with Panther X. Yeah, right? I'd like that. How many souls could they do? How many souls could they get you to do if Mamesh returns? If Mamesh returns and they offer Mamesh at like 14, I'd be down. I don't know if it'd be like 18, 20. I don't know. And this is a pull event coming out. So they might have Mamesh in this pull event, but still not have Mamesh in the rewards. If the devs are secretly listening to my stream right now, you're probably going to put Mamesh in this pull event, and I'm going to be pulling for Mamesh again. How many times am I putting that in the title of my videos? Pulling for Mamesh. Prometheo. Ice cream money for Princess C. Thank you, Prometheo. Yeah, at the end of the month, I will be going to one of the largest fairs in Pennsylvania, which is right down the road from my hometown. And if you don't know one of the largest fairs in Pennsylvania, and it's over 150 some years old, annual fair, it's massive, big enough to actually have shareholders, and it's openly exchanged on the stock market. Have you ever heard of a fair that was openly exchanged on the stock market? Yeah, it's a big fair. Anyway, I'll be taking her to that. I go every year, and I'll be taking her at the end of the month, so I will use that for ice cream money, Prometheo. Thank you very much. And for making me soapbox, Prometheo. That's him saying sorry for pushing the soapbox. It's alright. Glad epic tokens are gone. I don't want to work my butt off knowing I get a level 10 Runa. How? I didn't even notice epic tokens are gone completely. Thank you for mentioning that, Oblong. That's why we do these live streams. That's how all this information gets out. Not always will everyone notice, but someone will, and that will always help everyone else. Very appreciated. Alright. I hate these Grens. They always get a pot shot off. Yes, I will keep it. I will keep it real. Pulling from a Zalon will never get one. Yeah, right? I feel like my 3-star pull for Erde the other day. But for Erdis, my pull for him is just, that's the kind of luck I get. It's like, yeah, you'll always get a 3-star pull immediately. But a 4-star Mamesh, pound sand Zalon. That's what I get. Wow, public fair shares? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a public fair, but you have to pay like $12 to get in. And I mean, it only goes up $1, like 50 cents or $1 every year. But yeah, that's for anybody over the age of, I think, 12. Everybody under the age of 12 gets in for free. So, but yeah, it's a massive fair. But yeah, if you Google search Bloomsburg, I'll even type it in the chat. Bloomsburg Fair, and you'll go, holy crap, I've never heard of a fair this large, and it's in the middle of Pennsylvania? And it's like, holy crap. And yeah, it started as a agricultural fair, of course, and they're still they do all that, you know, 4-H is there, and they do all sorts of crazy competitions and everything else. But the real draw for me now, that obviously being, you know, in my 30s, is the food. Oh, the food. There's so much good food there. It's where I got my first gyro, or gyro, as people like to call them. But yes, there is John the Greek. He has like 5 stands. When you have 5 stands at a fair, you're like, wow, that must be a big fair. But yeah, there's certain people, and it also takes there's like a laundry list, of huge list to be able to become a vendor there. They don't almost let anyone in. Most people stay there forever. But yeah, that's my favorite part of the end of September. It truly is. And I'm hoping the weekend that I go, they have another event like this, so then I don't miss anything. Because then if I miss something good, I'll be super cranky. Super cranky. Like a Mamesh event? Oh, if they do a Mamesh event during the weekend. Oh, and believe it or not, this fair that I'm referring to goes over 2 weekends. Have you ever heard of a fair that goes for 10 days? Most people would say, a fair that lasts 10 days? Yes, a 10-day long fair. Absolutely nuts. Got Siggies from my main and my mini. The one on my mini aren't bad. The one on my main is meh. That stinks. It's the worst when your mini gets a better one than your main. Aren't the county or state fairs that are the biggest ones there? Well, this isn't. This is just a town that's put on this fair forever. There is the Allentown State Fair, I think, but the amount of people they get to come and how large it is by square foot, is I don't know if they have it. But I do know the Bloomsburg Fair is the oldest, because I think it's 165 years that they've been doing it. I think. But anyway. But yeah, it's absolutely insane. The food there, I mean, okay, let's put it this way. When Dippin' Dots came out, if anybody knows what Dippin' Dots are, they're those, like, you need the liquid, I think you need the what's it called? The dry ice to be able to keep them cold. But when Dippin' Dots first came out, I'm 34 right now. I think I was about 6 years old. So it would have been 28 years ago. So 28 years ago, when I was at the Bloomsburg Fair, this is before Six Flags had them. This is before Dorney Park had them. This is before Hershey Park had them. This is before all the parks out in Ohio that have all the roller coasters out in Cedar Point. This is before Disney had them. I, at the Bloomsburg Fair, tried Dippin' Dots at a stand from, like, these people that were like, this is something new. We have these frozen ice cream. Like, it's weird. I've tried a lot of first-time things at the Bloomsburg Fair because there's vendors that come there that they just don't go anywhere else. And that's the thing. On the weekends, the fair gets between 80 and 100,000 people that come through there. 80 to 100,000. Absolutely insane. Weekdays, typically, it's between like 40 and 60. But absolutely insane. 40 to 60,000. The amount of people that play this game globally show up at this fair. You know? Absolutely nuts. Yeah, dry ice or liquid nitrogen. Yeah. I've seen a fair over here last a whole month, 8-ish years ago. Was all of July during the summer. Always had great numbers, so they left it there all month. Wow, that's pretty nuts. I've never heard of anything lasting that long. Wow. Just looked it up. They have printable maps to show where the vendors are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not like... Hector, it's absolutely nuts. And it's pretty funny because, again, there's like a board of directors. And the only reason I know so much about this place, one, I love business. I went to school for business. I love business. But I also, at the same time, absolutely enjoy stuff that's run like, this is like, my great uncle back in 1920 bought a share of the fair for, I think it was $1,500. And now it's worth about $16,000. $16,000 in U.S. currency is how much this one share of the fair is worth. And they only allow you to buy one share. And these shares get passed down in families most of the time. Nobody ever sells them. Now, sometimes you'll see them available in the newspaper for sale. And people will be selling these. It'll be like at a house auction. And these shares will be, being publicly sold. One share. That's all it is one share. And yeah, my family was my mom was the one that was able to inherit that from my great aunt when she passed away like 12 years ago. My mom has told me that she wrote in her will that was updated not more than just a year or so ago that the one thing that is not splittable between my brother and I is the share of the fair, and I'm getting it. So, it's pretty cool, and it's something that I've shared with my daughter every year. Wow, look at that shot! That was some intentional... a long bomb. But yeah, it's pretty neat. The Bloomsburg Fair. It's one of those things out there that is a monument of its time. Like I said, they still have all the old animal stuff there that they've always had forever. And, like, the old ladies that, like, do all these floral arrangements, and they're all blue and red ribbon judged and all that stuff. All that stuff happens. But it happens in places, like, way far away from the food. The food is, like, right in the middle. They have all the best stuff I've ever had. You use dry ice to overclock computers? Nice. But maybe over here compared to US it's different. Well, no, John McGinnis, if you said you ran for... If that fair ran for a whole month, that's pretty nuts. Yeah. But anyway, just like talking about something that's a lot more fun than talking about hacking, because that's pretty much all that the beginning of my stream was. But all right, let's see where we got to. 182 souls, not too bad. My rank is 4,000. Looks like I'll still be getting like 1,000 gems probably this time around. Let's not try to drop into 750. That's not acceptable. But anyway, all right, DOT community. Let's take a quick peek again at the regular rewards and whereabouts I believe is the best place for free to play or people that aren't going all the way kind of areas. I would say right about here. So about 25, 2750, and then maybe 4K. Maybe 4K. If you can pull it off to get some of those divine gems. So, what's the best game to gamble on in fairs? Well, Ron Gamer, believe it or not, the one thing that's at the Bloomsburg Fair that I've never seen at any other fair, because there's small fairs all the time, everywhere. You know, your local Lions Club could have a fair, or your local, Moose Club, or Elks, whatever. There's all those social clubs out there that have fairs that try to raise money. Churches have fairs. Fire halls, especially if they're volunteer, have fairs. So a lot of them all do these different types of different games and stuff like that. But a lot of the people that they bring in at those fairs to run the games are carnival folk. And don't get me wrong, Bloomsburg Fair has the same amount of carnival folk that run games that are, But there actually is a bunch of... There's a small section at the Bloomsburg Fair that has a bunch of actual Joe Schmo, anybody can bring in, like, their... what's it called? Like, their game in, and they're actually not a bunch of carnies shoving darts in your face and throwing basketballs at you, or giving you a baseball and be like, here. They actually run games that aren't, like, actually, like, super conned out. Most of them are all racing games. Racing games, there's always a winner. If you ever want to know what the best game to play, it's a racing game. Because, well, guess what? When you sit down and you pay your $1.50 or $2 to play, there's going to be somebody out of the 15 seats there that walks away with the prize. Now, the more people that play the game, the bigger the prize is. Now, you might say the higher the chance you are to lose, but the one that I typically win at every single year at the Bloomsburg Fair is where you roll the golf balls, and there's multiple different colored holes that you're trying to roll that ball into to be able to move your racer guy faster. The water squirt games, don't try them. I don't believe that they're really... But the ones where there's an actual, like, the ball has to roll in and go into, like, the different ones, that one actually... Yeah, the younger kids don't usually do too well because they can't roll the ball as fast. But I'll definitely pay for my daughter to play, too. I always think it's fun when we get to sit down and play, but... Those ones you win. The candy ones you win, too. The ones where you put the quarters down on numbers and they spin the wheel and there's multiple bars or whole boxes available to give away. I win at those every year, too. And why not? Because it's nice to win, and it's not nice to just play a game where you're throwing the dart at the balloon and you get your daughter the feather. Who cares about that? What's up, Doom? All this talking of food has me hungry. Yeah, John McGinnis, that happens on the streams, though. But I do want to thank everybody, all 36 people. We had well over a good 30 people or so on the stream today. And I do know that's because the event may not be as popular, but I do hope that everybody does get what they can out of this event. And if you are going a little bit farther than stuff that I discussed in this look, you know, more power to you. Because of course, if you are looking for some better rewards, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, Jamie. Sorry, I'm gonna be peacing out. So thank you again for everybody joining in today and everything else. And I will be back again. Let's see. I'll be back again on Sunday to live stream. And we'll see if I can post any videos in between. Thank you, everybody. And Ron Gamer, you better be streaming this afternoon. Ian Rogerson says, event is just filler, no thriller. Good way of putting it. All right, everybody. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you all again very soon.